Allie, you're shaking all over.
No, there's somebody over there. He just collapsed.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God, he's dead.
No, he's not. Allie, call 911. Allie, now, call 911.
ER. Reading the National Inquisitor is more harmful to your health than any of our doctors.
More hysteria about the magazine?
I cannot believe so many people read this rag. Oh, ER.
Have you seen Eve?
Not for a while. I'm sorry, I'm not at liberty to discuss this. Do you want to leave a message?
No, thank you. I'll just catch up to her later.
Okay, bye. No, I wasn't talking to you.
Well, the police should have finished searching Mr. Green's apartment by now.
Well, not likely. They'll share the information with us.
Well, it's a good idea you drew a sketch of that ID bracelet we found.
You found.
Oh, you're giving me the credit.
It's the least I can do. Now when the boys in blue find out that their evidence was tampered with, they'll throw you in the slammer.
Gee, thanks. All right, so what have we got so far?
The only thing we know for sure is that his apartment was broken into.
The question is, why?
Or maybe they were looking for him.
What, in the dresser drawers?
I don't know. Well, the place was definitely messed with. And from the handprints on the wall, I'd say that the patient was as well. It's more frantic than usual, right?
Yeah. Hey, Gabriella, what's
That's
going on?
right. The chief of staff will have to answer all your questions.
GH resident, HIV positive, patients at risk? What is this about?
At least tribal drummers make an attempt to be accurate.
ER. Yeah, I assure you this hospital practices universal safety procedures. And no, we don't divulge information about any doctor's health status.
Welcome to Rumor Central.
How would they like it if we gave out their medical records?
Yeah, I know. I understand people's fears, but I'm starting to lose patience with their ignorance.
Looks like we've got a 3-alarm mess around here.
Don't worry, we'll deal.
Dr. Martinez.
Guess we have to. A lot of work to do.
Good, you're all here. It's a residents meeting in the on-call room, 15 minutes.
Oh, but the ward's full.
I've arranged to have the ER covered.
What's so important?
I want to know who's stupid enough to make the pages of the National Inquisitor.
No, you cannot catch HIV from a doctor sneezing in the exam room. You too?
Police.
Any leads on our guy?
Nothing.
I don't get it. A man, a sick man, gets dragged off by who knows who, and to where?
So why don't we give him a hand? But after all, we have more information on this case than anybody else.
You know, I don't get it. Why was he wearing an ID bracelet from another hospital?
I don't know. If he had his tests done somewhere else, what would they tell us about it?
All right, I have work to do. I got patients to see.
Yeah, so do I. But I think I'll stop by the psych ward, see if he left anything behind.
Oh, yeah. Good idea. Never know what you might find.
Dr. Chin to cardiology. Dr. Ronald Chin.
Typical Ramsey.
Your health is nobody's business but your own. But, you know, don't worry. This will all blow over.
This our John Doe?
Yeah, 45-year-old male. He was unconscious at the scene. He regained consciousness on the way over. His BP came up to 100 over 80.
He was over there at the across the street, the recovery room.
He was just laying there. He was all bloody, so Jamal said to call 911.
How much blood has he lost?
About 200 cc's. Febrile scene 102. Primary exam was positive. Puncture wounds in both arms.
Looks like ripped out IV sites.
Get away from me.
2 milligrams haloperidol, draw bloods for CBC, and call radiology for an emergency CT. All right, let's get him into curtain 1.
Okay.
You guys did good. Thanks, man.
Who would want to hurt somebody like that and then just leave them there? Well, it didn't even matter. What if we hadn't have found him? He would have died and it would have been our fault, just like...
If you're looking for Eve, she's not here.
Actually, I was looking for you.
Fine. Then I will tell you the same thing I told Rachel and Lucy. I have no intention of hurting Livy, and I have no hidden agendas. Just a friend.
What a nice speech. I hope you mean it.
Look, Kevin, I know it's difficult for you to understand how we've become so close so fast. But, you know, we understand each other. We've both been disappointed by the people we love most.
And I don't want her disappointed again.
No, look, your work with her has been remarkable. Not that you don't care about all your patients. I saw what you did for Julie.
What are you getting at, Chris?
Not implying anything improper. And we'll leave that to Rachel, right? It's just Livy's really come to depend on you. I mean, you should hear how she talks about you. You know, like she's got this connection.
That's perfect. 10 a.m. I'll see you then. Don, thank you for listening to me. Yeah, tough. Okay, so I ordered eggs Benedict. Would you care for some? I'll call down room service and bring it up. You want some?
No, I've already eaten with Chris. Then I ran some errands.
So you're with Chris, huh?
Yeah, is that a problem?
You know, I just find the man so manipulative. Do you know? And I feel like if you eat with him and he ordered scrambled eggs and he switched to poached eggs, I think he was up to something.
Well, Chris is my friend. I thought you understood that.
I do. I don't, but I do. I mean, I'm trying, and I will go with you there. I just can't go quietly.
Well, Chris has been a really great friend to me, like a big brother. And I think that maybe how you feel about Chris has more to do with his wife and what she did than it really is about him.
You're very trusting, you see, and I think that's good sometimes, and it can be very bad sometimes, but I don't want to argue. I'm feeling better today. I don't want to argue. So let's just not go there, okay? Maybe, you know, we'll agree to disagree, and let's not discuss what kind of person Chris Ramsey really is, okay?
Look, I don't feel right living someplace where I always have to apologize about who I care about.
Whoa, you know, I didn't say you had to apologize for anything.
But I feel like I do. So let's just clear the air and get it over with.
No, I don't really want to talk about Chris Ramsey anymore.
Not just about him, about my mother. You hate her too, and for the same reason, her connection to Julie. Can you look at me knowing that I'm Rachel Locke's daughter and not hate me for what happened to?
Oh, you know what? I admit it. At first, when I found out you were Rachel Locke's daughter, I sort of wanted to run in the opposite direction, you know, have nothing to do with you.
Then maybe my moving back here wasn't such a good idea.
But, however, I kind of gave it a lot of thought, and I realized that's very silly. I mean, look at you. You're you. You're not Rachel. When I look at you, you aren't Rachel. You're just a nice person who is a little lost and confused right now.
But it still means that you have to deal with seeing Chris and my mom. I know that's not easy for you, and I don't want to have to put you through that.
Well, I admit there's no love lost between your mother and me, but I'm a very big girl. I can handle it.
It's not easy knowing everybody hates your mother.
I don't hate her. I don't. I mean, you know, it's... See, what it is I look at her and I just cannot possibly trust her. She always looks like she's up to no good.
The person everybody knows in Port Charles is so completely different from the person I've known my whole life. When I was little, I used to climb every tree I could find, and it drove my mom crazy, but she let me do it. She wanted me to take risks and learn how to protect myself and be strong. I was never scared, because no matter what I did, she was always there ready to catch me.
Okay, so what do you think changed? How did that happen between you and your mother?
Well, when she came to Port Charles. That's the first time we had spent any real time apart. And that's why I came here, because I missed her. But all she wanted was for me to go home. But she was here, so that made it home.
Did she ever tell you why?
At first, I thought it had something to do with my Aunt Grace's death. Then I figured it was because the father I thought was dead lived nearby. Only now, it turns out he's not even my father at all.
If you don't mind me asking, who is?
According to my mother, just some one-night stand. I don't know. Maybe that's the big secret she didn't want me to know. Hello?
Livy, it's Kevin.
Hi, Dr. Collins.
I was just wondering if you'd remembered anything else since our last session.
Not a thing. But I'm sure glad you called. Just hearing your voice helps.
I'm giving Ramsey 10 minutes tops.
settle down.
I've got a John Doe in the ER. He's stable now, but I'd like to be with him if he goes sour.
Look, everybody can get back to their patients as soon as I find out which one of you this is about.
Oh, don't tell me you're taking that trash
The
serious.
story had to come from somewhere.
Whether anyone here is HIV positive or not is irrelevant. We're good doctors. We take care of our patients and ourselves.
Such
That's
righteous-
if we're not in here listening to your rubbish.
Righteous indignation, Dr. Thornhart. Is it you?
It's none of your business.
Well, as chief resident, I think it is.
You know what? Why don't you just get that tattooed across your forehead, Ramsey? So that way we don't forget.
You know, there is no way Alan is behind you going on this witch hunt.
Yeah. I mean, that's ridiculous. The only thing you want is to satisfy your morbid curiosity. That's what's going on
Look,
here.
I'm partially responsible for running things around here, and this situation is creating chaos. So I want to know if it's true.
If it is true, that means that one of us could be infected. Okay, so maybe you could be a little more sympathetic or sensitive.
Yeah, like talking to each one of us privately, one-on-one.
Look, we can do this any way you want, as long as I get an answer.
Well, you're not going to get an answer from me.
I will, unless you want to work the graveyard the rest of your stay.
And look, it's me. All right, the resident in that article is me.
Joe, you don't have to do this.
Don't give him the satisfaction.
I've been exposed to the virus, but I tested negative twice.
That's really good, Joe. That means your chances of becoming infected are way down.
As a colleague, I appreciate your candor. Maybe your patients would feel the same.
What? You're not going to go public with this, are you?
No. Of course not, but I'm going to make sure the media and everyone else around here knows it's not me.
Dr. Foster to
Hey, how's the guy?
No change.
Frank Foster.
Oh, you know who he is?
No, I've seen him somewhere before, but I can't come up with a name. Anyway, Dr. Scanlon's going to do everything he can for him.
Thanks. Hey, you can take off. All right, I'll stick around and make sure he's okay.
Well, I'm not leaving.
Hey, you don't have to act all tough. I know what's going on inside that little head of yours. You know, it had to freak you seeing that guy lay there like that.
Well, there's all that blood. God, who would want to do something like that? You know, hurt somebody that can't even fight back.
Like Cedric hurt you mean?
You know, I used to think that basically everybody was good. But look at me, you know, I'm a killer.
Oh, come on, that's bull. You didn't kill Cedric.
I am the one who pushed him down those stairs. I am the reason for that
You
happening.
were fighting for your life, all right?
It doesn't matter. You know, I know that, but I still can't forget it.
All right, sorry.
It's not you.
Yeah, it is. You know, all this coming out like this makes me see the truth.
What truth?
You're never gonna forget this as long as I'm around to remind you. I mean, come on, Spunky, let's face it. It's time we go our separate ways. Now, if I was gone, then the memories would be gone too.
Yeah, well, what if you're wrong? What if the memories don't disappear and then I'm left with nobody who understands what I'm going through?
You got lots of folks. Look, you got Dr. Collins, you got Eve, you got your grandma. I mean, me being around is just causing you a bunch of pain, all right? And that doesn't do either one of us any good.
You know, you're always threatening of leaving, but you never do. Because you know that we belong together.
Allie, this is not like the other times. All right? This is real.
No. We are what's real. Okay? What you and I feel for each other. That is what's real. And that's all that matters.
Yeah, if you're reading those sappy stories and those novels that you're reading. This is the world, Allie.
Then we'll change it. God, you are such a coward and a quitter. I hate you.
Good. Good, so you won't be calling me and you won't be dropping by either. All right? You can just go back to hanging with your old pals and kicking it by the pool and shopping and dancing and going back to the life that was meant for you.
Look, I don't want that. I don't want them. I have nothing to say to them. That is not my life anymore.
You're not talking me out of this, Allie. Look, trust me. All right, it's the best thing for both of us. All right? Take Take care, Spunky, all right?
How's our John Doe?
His vitals are back to normal, but he's still disoriented.
Dr. Montreux.
X-rays show a cerebral contusion. Hairline fracture along the back of the head.
How was your meeting?
I told Ramsey the article was about me.
Whoa.
Yeah, I figured the other residents are dealing with the fallout, you know? They deserve to have the facts.
Oh, if I ever find out who gave that story to the Inquisitor, you will have another patient with cerebral contusions.
Listen, Gabby, this is more than you signed on for. Are you sure you're up for it?
Does that answer your question?
Joe! I like the way you handled Ramsey.
Oh, thanks. Oh, and listen, thanks for backing me up in there.
Yeah, well, hopefully that story will go away now. Tell me about this John Doe you've been treating. What's he look like?
I don't know, mid-40s, red hair, you know, disoriented. Why?
Well, he might be my missing patient. Excuse me. Well, hello there, Mr. Green. Now, where the hell have you been?
You know, I actually can relate to maybe a little bit of what you're going through. I never knew my father either.
I know my family's history is connected to my dreams, and my dreams are connected to my Aunt Grace's death, but I don't know how. I'm gonna find out, though, with Kevin's help.
So what do you think? Do you really believe that this therapy thingy is going pretty well? Is it working?
Yeah, I've learned a lot of stuff, like Kevin knowing my Aunt Grace.
So he told you that, huh?
Yeah, he thought I should know. I guess any information helps. I was only about 3 when she died. That's why I had Kevin hypnotize me, to remember that part of my life.
That's good. You know, sometimes hypnosis does work very well for people. I mean, you think it helped?
I remembered so much stuff. Like, when I was little, I was on my mother's lap, and she would sing me my favorite lullaby. And just the smell of her perfume. And I remember playing with this pretty ring on her finger. And it was all blue and had these sparkling little diamonds around it. Gosh, I wonder whatever happened to that ring. Mom hasn't worn it in all these years.
This thing is going to contaminate the whole hospital.
It already has. Ramsey just interrogated all the residents.
On a rumor.
No. The resident mentioned in this article is Joe.
He's HIV positive?
No, he's just been exposed. And he's been tested twice, and he's been negative twice.
Good.
Yes.
Good. Well, I hope he doesn't let this rag get him down.
Or that jerk Ramsey. So, why were you looking for me?
Well, I don't want you to forget what I look like.
Something is going on in that brilliant mind of yours.
And I wish I could share.
Oh. It's about Livy? Yeah, okay, I'll take that as a yes. Look, I know you feel obligated to her. I know that. But it kills me to see you this troubled.
It kills me to feel this isolated.
Isolated?
From you.
Oh, honey, I'm just this far away.
Oh. Well, maybe I should reach out more often then.
Maybe both of us should.
Hey. Guess who showed up in the ER?
What, Mr. Green?
Yeah, he's found unconscious in an alleyway. Paramedics brought him in.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, I'll go take care of him.
Don't mind me. Go ahead and go. Just let me know if I can help.
We will.
Thanks.
Mommy says it's the color of the sky at night.
And when the light hits it just right, it pulls in all the stars. I want to watch the stars with you forever. Marry me, Grace.
tuned for scenes from the next Port Charles. On the next Port Charles.
Somebody had to let that paper know about a GH resident who might be HIV positive.
How's that feel?
It's like slow torture.
Well, if it's that painful, then I won't rush through it.
There are things I've kept from you, things that you need to hear.
Admit it, the day is never complete without your daily dose of Erica Kane and All My Children. Eventually, Erica will settle down and find someone special again. But is it today? You're going to have to watch and find out. Luckily, All My Children is coming up next here on SoapNet.